Good morning, everybody. Sorry about that. Good morning, everyone, or afternoon. It's a wonderful Saturday here in Georgia. We're having great weather. Hopefully, the weather where you are is fantastic. So, I wanted to go ahead and continue with our listings month. And so, I put out there, hey, let's all try, those of you that are actively working listings, let's all try to get 2 more listings by the end of the month. So first of all, I just want to know how y'all are doing. So, chime in and let us know how your efforts are. And something that I was told a long time ago was real estate rewards action. So what we want to do is each day when we get up, who are we talking to? What's our approach? Are we tracking everything? So I think it's a really good idea just to get in the habit of each week, maybe reflecting back and seeing, who did I talk to this week? What proactive lead generating activities did I do? How many people did I add to my database? How many past clients did I talk to? How many appointments did I go on? And if you have that weekly check-in with yourself, it really prevents too much time from passing where you haven't been doing your proactive lead generating activities. And sometimes a week can turn into 2 weeks, and before we know it, a whole month is gone because we've been busy in client care that we haven't done anything to grow our business. So every day, and I'm in the same boat as you guys, every morning I wake up, I'm thinking, okay, who can I talk to? Who can I reach out to? Who can I become an option for when it comes to training and doing classes or a webinar or doing a video? So I'm constantly in that growth mode like many of you are. So I have to be really conscientious of that. So this is listing month. So let's talk about ways to proactively get listings. And again, I think part of the problem is that we don't always get instant gratification. So sometimes we'll do things and then nothing happens from it. And so we get disappointed and we get discouraged and we say, oh, that didn't work, so I don't want to do it. When what we need to do is just start building the muscle of consistency. And that is consistently doing activities regardless of the outcome. So if I can get you to stop focusing on the result and just focus on the actual activity, I think you will win in the long run. Your business will continue to grow, grow, grow. So remember, if you don't do something today, then you're not funding your business for 90 days out. So typically what you do today is going to have a 90-day return. So hopefully you did some proactive activities 90 days ago, and they may come to fruition over these next 2 weeks for you to get your listing. But there are a few things that you can actually do to try to take control of the proactivity. So I'm just going to go through a list of things here, and then I'll go ahead and post some of the resources that I'm going to talk about, okay? So this is a funny story, and I did ask Mary Grace, who's in the group, if I could share it because it's just so perfect. Here's someone that took an idea, did it, and it didn't execute perfectly, and you know what? Who cares? And that's what I love about Mary Grace, is that she is willing to try, and she doesn't overthink whether or not it's perfect. So this is a funny story. I suggested that the group send out a video to their database and just say something along the following lines. Hey, everybody, I've set a personal goal to really help 5 or 6 or 7, whatever your goal is, to help 5 families before the end of the year with either buying a house or selling a house. A lot of folks feel that the holidays aren't a good time to buy or sell, and nothing could be further from the truth. It's actually a fantastic time to put your home on the market because the buyers that are out there are extremely serious. Most people actually have a very urgent need if they're searching during the holiday season, and homes sell every month of the year. So when people say, oh, it's all slow during the holidays, I don't know. It doesn't seem that way. When I track the office stats and look year over year, actually the slowest months for us are January and February. And that's typically because agents stop proactively lead generating in November and December. So then it makes for a very slow January, February. So if we keep our foot on the gas and do that and send out a message, something like that, that just lets people know, hey, it's a great time to buy or sell. If you've heard of anybody thinking, oh, we're going to wait till after the holidays, I would love the opportunity to talk to them because, they may actually get a jump by putting it on the market now and get some really good traffic through their property. So I had just throwing that out there. And Mary Grace, as usual, was like, hey, I'm going to try everything. So she tried it, and she uses the Buffini Referral Maker. So she created her video and put it into Referral Maker and sent her a test. And when she sent her the test, it worked. But it turns out when she sent it to everyone, something went wrong. We don't really know what, but the subject line of her email was, I need help. And then, of course, her video was going to say, hey, I need help. I'm trying to, help 7 more families by the end of the year. But the video did not work. So the video did not play. I don't even know if the video went in there. But now all the people in her database got this email that only had the subject line, I need help. So we laughed about it because all these people were calling her. So it ended up being a great opportunity for her to have these conversations, but it certainly was not executed the way she thought it was going to be. So I thought it was kind of cute, and it was funny, and it just shows that, hey, we're not all perfect. So we got a kick out of that. But she had a lot of great conversations. And you know what? Nothing immediately came from it, but that's not what we can always, if we knew we were always get a listing every time we made a phone call, well, that we would be making phone calls every day. So we know that it doesn't work that way, but she planted the seed, and the seed now has an opportunity to grow and to grow into a referral. So got a kick out of that. So that's something you can do. You can also alert people to a specific buyer. If you have a specific buyer that, can't seem to find what they want, or even if they have some time on their hands, maybe they're a buyer and they're one of your 90-day prospects, or a C buyer or a B buyer. You can still alert your database to the fact that, hey, I have a buyer that's going to be entering the market soon, and this is what they're looking for. Inventory's been low. They would really love to have a basement home. They're looking in the price range of $200,000 to $250,000. If you or someone is thinking about making a move in the next 6 months or 4 months or 3 months, whatever you might have an immediate buyer. Go ahead and elicit the help of from your database. And that way they just kind of know, hey, you're just trying to help out your buyer. And that would actually display to them that, wow, you're really proactive and intentional when you work with your clients. And subconsciously, that's really conveying a lot about your competence as a realtor. So I love that idea too. So think about doing that as well. And then you could just call a for sale by owner. If you never work for sale by owners and you drive by one, if you're in a Momentum office and you've learned about how to work for sale by owners effectively, you can simply just stop in and say, hey, is your home still for sale? I'm a realtor in the area, and I just drove by, and I was just curious because our inventory is low. If I end up having a buyer in the future and your home is still available, would I be able to show it? Are you working with realtors? Don't ask to list their house. Don't do anything like that. Just put yourself out there. So maybe just step outside the box and do something you haven't done in a while. You can also call an expired. Just go through your MLS. Doesn't have to be, I'm not saying to do this forever, but why not just try something different over these next 2 weeks? Try to do something that you've never done before. So just find a nice home and expired in a good price range that maybe, was unsuccessful back about 3 months ago, but they haven't listed again. And maybe just give a call and say, hey, I was going through the MLS searching for homes for certain clients. And I was just wondering, you were unsuccessful a couple of months ago. Did you still have a need to move? That's the script, and see what they say. They might say yes. They might say, we're going to wait till after the holidays, which you could say, well, would you be willing to move sooner? Because you may have a better chance to be out there while inventory is low and buyers are really serious. So it just gives you an opportunity to talk to people. And that's, what I think we need to do. The other thing I would challenge you to do is anyone that has ever closed a house in the months of October, November, and December, so you should be working in the next 3-month blocks, in my opinion, whoever had a closing during those months, go ahead and compile a list. Compile a list of every client that ever closed and still lives in the area for October, November, and December. And then what you can do is you can start compiling information to give them a call and wish them, hey, it's 3 years that you've been in your house. How fantastic. How are things going? I just noticed it just popped up that it was your 3-year anniversary, and I'm really excited for you. How have you been settling in? Did you have any questions? Do you need anything? I was going to go ahead and just email you an update of what's been happening in the market in your area. So you could offer up a complimentary CMA, just kind of you can get a really nice one from RPR, which is, you can go to narrpr.com, I think it is. And that's the property resource, RPR, so Realtors Property Resource website, and they have all kinds of, they have like 15 different seller reports in there. They're really good, and you could pick one of those and maybe just pick maybe your top 10 clients and just unsolicited send them a report, an update of what's going on. Say, hey, you know, I was thinking about you as we close out, as we get, you know, closer to the end of the year. I thought I would just send all my favorite clients an update of what's been going on in the area. If you have any questions about this, or if you know anyone that needs assistance, I'm here to help. Would love to introduce myself and my service to any of your friends or family. Looking forward to connecting soon. Just something like that. So offer up some information. Those seller reports are a great way to do that. So think about that. And then the home anniversaries. I actually teach a little class on going out and having a little 20 or 30 minute sit down with them on the week of the anniversary, year after year after year. So the first year, and then you just bring everything, like if you have termite in your area, so you would bring the termite letter, you know, to keep their termite in place. See if they bring your service provider list. If they had a home warranty put on the home, ask them if they use the home warranty. Do they want to renew it? Bring them an updated CMA of what's been going on in the area. All those things. It's just kind of a nice little touch, so they know that every year you'll be coming by to see how they're doing. Do they have any questions? Do they need any maintenance help? You can bring them a maintenance checklist. That's another good idea. You can just Google home maintenance checklists. I downloaded about 4 or 5 of them. Some are too long, but then there's some that are really cute, and they're like 4 pages, and you could print one in color and just bring them a little binder with some goodies year after year on the time of their anniversary. So look up all the people that had closings in October, November, and December, and just compile and get ready to make those calls and do those check-ins. And it can be not just the first year. A lot of agents are really good with the first home anniversary, and then they kind of fall off with year 2 through whenever. But I think it's a good idea that you do that every single year. The other thing you can do is hold an effective open house. So again, open houses are a great way to get in touch with the sellers. You can send out a letter announcing you're going to do the open house and inviting them to come by. If you do a lot of really good marketing materials, then they'll see, you know, the service that you provide. I have a lot of great letters that you can send announcing the open house and how the Smiths have selected you out of 2,488 other members of your realtor association because you take an invested approach to getting homes sold. So open houses, in my opinion, they're a great way just to talk to humans, which is what we need to be doing, but it's also a great way to introduce yourself to the neighbors. So you could walk around and just door knock and just say, hey, I'm holding the home open. Actually, I'm going to talk to someone this month that does that and get her take on that. So there's a lot of just different things you can do with that open house. You can run some Facebook ads. Maybe try to run some Facebook ads. Who's put in place the Cloud CMA? Remember, I did a whole video on how to use the Cloud CMA if you have that in your area. So that's another great little thing that you can do, and that can be on your website, and you can drive people to your website. So that's an idea. And then yesterday, I was holding a class in my office. We were doing our 2018 planning. So we had a workshop, and that was really fun. And one thing that I had the group do, including myself, is we laminated our entrepreneur's mantra, which is what we wake up every morning and say, it's unacceptable for our business to profit less than, or it's unacceptable for my business to close less than this many homes. So you kind of change that, I want to make 150,000 to it's actually, no, it's unacceptable if I don't earn 150,000. So it's changing that thought process. So we all had those laminated for ourselves, and it's up on my desk. And so every morning when I get up, I say my entrepreneur's mantra, and that's how much income I want to earn in the year of 2018. So that's just another little tip. But when we were doing that, I had shared, it's called the New Listing Prospect Letter. And so every time a house gets listed, you send out a letter to the community, and you just let them know, hey, I want to let you know that the home down the street at 123 Main, doesn't have to be your listing, 123 Main Street just went up for sale. And you can say the price. You're allowed to do that. It's public record. You're not saying you listed it. So make sure that you check with your broker in your area. I don't want to get anyone in trouble. We're absolutely allowed to do it here, but I don't want to speak for other regions or areas. So please always check with your broker. But we send out this letter, and I'll post it in the group. And there was a gal in the workshop yesterday, and she works for a team, and the team sent out the letter. It was the first time they sent it out. They sent it to a community, and they have 3 listing appointments just from that letter. So I love that letter. I think it's very effective. It's a great way to do a multi-prong approach to farming, which I'll go into detail on farming probably next week. But today I just kind of wanted to throw out a bunch of ideas and see what the interest is. I don't want to, post things if you're like, oh, we're really not into that, Holly. Thanks, but no thanks. I'd really like to spend the time where there's interest and where I feel that I could add to your knowledge base or something that I've been seeing that works. So please feel free underneath here to please put in your comments so I know, hey, I want to go deeper in this, or I want to go deeper in that, or hey, that was a good idea and it worked. So I'm going to go into the group after I record this and see how many people have been adding in the way that you had a client that was not a referral. So hopefully we're seeing some other cool proactive ads or farming or things like that, something other than just a referral. I think it's important that we work different muscles and different skill sets and just get more comfortable doing different things. So hopefully I gave you some ideas today to get 2 more listings by the end of the month. And I'm really looking forward to seeing your comments. And please, if there's something that you would like to dive deeper into, I'm all ears. If I have a knowledge base for it, I'll be happy to do it. If I don't, we can put it out to the group for someone that may have some more expertise in a particular area. I certainly hope you all have a wonderful weekend and go get those listings. I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.